I'm Yardar, and this is The Catch. We're in Eastport, Maine. Let's get some dayboat scallops. I'm in Eastport, Maine on this very cold January morning because it's scallop season. The season opens in December and closes in March. It's part of what makes it so special. I'm going to work with Captain Paul Cox and his crew today to find out how this delicacy makes its way from the ocean floor to your plate. Good morning, Paul. I'm Yardar.
Morning.
Nice to meet you. Permission to board.
Oh, sure.
All right, let's get to work.
We'll get this going.
Captain Paul Cox has been working this bay for over 20 years, harvesting scallops in the winter and lobsters in the summer and fall. He's also a certified diver, harvesting sea urchins and working commercial marine construction jobs, like building this salmon farm, as well as underwater turbines for electric generation. His deck crew also grew up on the bay. Dustin is a second-generation fisherman, and he's been working on Paul's boat since high school. Mike has been on the deck for 3 years and has been shucking scallops for over 10. Where are we going to go and work today?
We're going the old sow, they call it.
It's close to the Canadian border.
Yeah, we're going to tow right out to the Canadian border. We're going to
So-
stop the nose on the Canadian border and winch back.
So we're hoping we don't go across the border because I didn't bring my passport.
Oh, no, they won't bother you.
Okay.
We won't go back across.
All right, and we're going there because you found some big scallops there.
Yeah.
And nobody else knew about it as of yesterday.
I just got lucky. Yeah.
You just got, okay. All right, that sounds great. Let's go out and
All
let's
right.
go out and get
Let's
them.
get this thing untied.
Cobscook Bay is one of the most beautiful and pristine places in Maine. It's incredibly biodiverse, from whales to mating pairs of bald eagles. The bay is surrounded by heavily forested and thinly populated land, and it opens into the Bay of Fundy, which has the biggest tides anywhere in the world. This creates really strong currents which move clean but nutrient-rich water in and out of the bay twice a day. These factors contribute to the immense scallop resource that's present here.
What time is it to start?
7:08.
We're waiting till 7:08 before we put the dredge in the water.
Yeah,
All right, that's sunrise in Augusta.
Augusta.
All right, so sunrise in Augusta is when this dredge can hit the water.
Yeah,
All right, so how far away are we from that?
4 minutes.
4 more minutes, okay. Where are the winch controls?
Right up, I got it right up here.
Right here, so you run the winch.
This runs your brake.
So when you let this out, you release the brake and it free spools out?
Yeah.
And how long do we drag the dredge for?
6, 7 minutes.
6 or 7 minutes. It
I'd
is-
say before we start winching back, I ain't timed the brake perfect.
All right, and then it's going to be full of rocks
Rocks
and
and
scallops and shells and all sorts of stuff.
The specialized overhead rigging goes up just for the scallop season. The hydraulic winch has a spool holding 1,500 feet of 9/16 braided cable, capable of dragging to a depth of 36 fathoms. The angle the wire lays at behind the boat is called the scope. The block at the end of the boom is 20 feet above the waterline, so the scope effectively requires 1,000 feet of wire.
How fast do you want to go when you're towing? What's your target speed?
4.5, 5 mile an hour.
And so if the tide's really ripping, you want to tow across it? Do you want to tow into
We're
it?
going sideways with it right
We're going
here.
sideways.
Yeah, because it's coming out of the bay up there.
Okay. That's Canada right over there.
Yeah, the line's showing up right here on our GPS right here.
We started near shore and towed right up to the border. A full drag can weigh up to 2 tons, so the boom is supported by legs. A set of head stays made of heavy chain run from the mast to the bow of the boat. This keeps the rigging from getting torn down if the drag gets hung up on the bottom. Anything that drags get hung up on are called hangs. The Laverna Gale is a 45-foot Young Brothers lobster boat powered by a 6-cylinder John Deere diesel. The drag is restricted to 5 feet wide in Cobscook Bay, and the rings need to be 4 inches to allow bycatch to escape. In all, U.S. fishermen land over $500 million worth of scallops every year, making it the nation's most valuable fishery.
The deckhands need to sort the table and pick all the scallops in less than 2 minutes, so they can use the next few minutes to shuck. That's about the time until the next haul comes up. The guys work at an amazing pace to keep ahead of the next incoming drag. Now I consider myself a master oyster shucker, but shelling a scallop, it was amateur hour. Especially watching these two young guys complete the task. In less than 2 seconds, they fly through it. There was always a shell in the air. Open it, clean it, and flip the meat into a bucket, like a cross between a highly skilled surgeon and a juggler.
Alright, I think I'm getting a feel for this. Paul, how old is a scallop this size? I'm gonna say 4 or 5 years. There's what I'm looking for right there. That is perfection.
We did 6 tows in about 2 hours, following the same approximate line. Captain Paul had found a bountiful stretch, and on each dredge run, we harvested 2 full bushels. After about 2 hours of work, Captain Paul and the crew have harvested near to the limit, 88 pounds of meat. It was incredible to see the abundance of this resource. The boats can limit out fast, while making good money. They do not need to risk fishing through rough and dangerous conditions, or compete against the guy next to them to make sure they get their share. To me, this really demonstrates the effects of a great management program, especially since this resource was near depletion from overfishing just 20 years ago.
Well, that was a pretty good trip, Paul.
Yep.
I'm really impressed. Your guys work awesome. They're fast. They showed me how to shuck. I was actually felt like I got the hang of it by the end of the trip. And that's about 88 pounds of scallops we figured.
Yeah, it's a 10-gallon limit is what it is, because it ain't pounds.
It's volume.
It's volume.
Those were really beautiful scallops. I mean, there was a ton of 10 counts in there. What are you getting today? Do you know the price yet? But you don't know until you come back with the prices.
I wouldn't be shocked if it dropped today. I don't know.
So when this is done, you're going to hook up for something else?
We'll dive urchins.
Well, Paul, thanks for having us aboard.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. And we'll go diving.
We'll do some diving.
All right.
Next up on the catch, we dive for real Maine diver scallops.
Here's what's for dinner. True Maine diver scallops.